So we're back in the studio right now. You know, the number one man right now who leads the chart, who has been bringing you those controversial comments on money management, on households interaction, on how to locate your wife or your spouse in general, and whether you should give your spouse the PIN number of the PIN to your credit or debit card. After last week's conversation, he said I was going to give that PIN to his girlfriend and just, as a sign of openness. Enjoy. Who told you she's going to spend out of it? She's not going to, say, "Oh, my boyfriend, my fiancé is so transparent." You wanna... How you doing this morning, No Giver?
I'm alright, man. Good to see you again.
Good to have you back in the studio. Every time I see you, I feel like you're not. I don't know if you spend from this economy, but I remember you're in Arametrics, so here. And we have a new.
Jesus' name.
That was in the prayer. Neither was in the declaration. But we have a new. Should I say a new entrant? No, a new housemate.
Yeah.
And that's not to say Joanne has been evicted. She's still a member of the house. She hasn't. She's not evicted yet. But we have Tolu. You know how we introduce new characters to the house just to spice up the conversation. Tolu, good morning to you.
Good morning.
That's how she will handle your money. You hear the voice. Anyway, good to have you in the studio, Tolu.
Good to have you here, man.
Yes, and I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Tolu.
Sorry.
So, anyway, so what's up this morning?
So today, how do I put this? Okay, so you see, like, we'll be addressing, a bias towards gender influence on money.
Okay.
Like, do you think? And the question is, do you think gender influences how, you view money? So we're looking to explore how, societal norms, cultural expectations, and, personal experiences, generally shape the way men and women perceive and manage their finances.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking today. So does gender influence your view on money? I think we'll start with the question, right? For me, yes. Tolu?
Yes, actually, gender does influence your view on money.
Yeah. Okay.
How's that?
Okay. So let me start with an example, right? So we'll have an idea of, where the conversation is. So, like, I went on a date, right, with my girlfriend at the time. And when we got to the restaurant, the waiter came to me. She was the one that actually took me out on the date, right? So it was her treat. And the waiter came, gave me the menu. Do you understand? Like, I should decide for her. Do you understand? That's the impression he gave us. He gave us the menu. After eating, she called for the bill. She literally called for the bill. The guy got there and gave me the bill instead. Do you get? Do you get the how it influences
the cultural effect?
Exactly. So, the question is, why from this scenario, right? Why did they give the guy? Do you understand? Why did they give the guy? Is it that the women can't pay their bills?
We can actually pay our bills.
You've come.
It's just that.
Yeah, so that's really it too. Do you understand? Yeah. Go on. You want to go?
We can actually pay our bills. It's just that most of the time, like you said, gender, the people just automatically believes it's the man that wants to pay for the meal, pay for something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, most times you guys should do that.
All right. Now, would you say that's an influence or that's a cultural belief or stand?
I think it's a bit of both, I think it's a bit of both. With the whole, so, like, back in the days, we were talking way back, right? Before me. Do you understand? There were more men, do you understand, working and more housewives per se, right? So I think it's just always stuck. The man is the breadwinner, do you understand? The woman manages the house and, generally, what's the word? Money flow that comes within the, that flows within the house, right? So I think it's just stuck. But over time, women have, come out to become more professional. Or so they are. I want to assume there are fewer housewives now. Do you understand? Things have even changed anyways. You understand? So you probably need more resources in the average house, right? So I think that's how it's stuck, and it goes a long way to in a lot of things. Like they say the whole gender equality, women asking for seeking, not asking for, seeking for equal pay to that setting, to that category. So it's influenced a lot of people. You understand? And I think it has its advantages and disadvantages, but I feel it should be more of like a level playing field. I think people should stop making assumptions, especially with the example I gave, right? So it definitely influences the way we see money. Do you understand? The average guy is looking to hustle, get married, take care of his family. Do you understand? And in recent times, like one of our last episodes, some women are asking for 20 million for you understand,
it's very, very important.
Yeah,
very
you
important.
understand. So that's why I agree. Definitely, it does influence. Our views on money.
Okay, well, like you said, gender, and you can extend it to cover other norms, like culture and religion and all that. It affects how we see money, even how we use money.
Mm-hmm.
I remember working then in Accra, and I'd done a presentation to the minister's office then, and trying to get a project going, their partnership and stuff, and he looked at me and said, "This is a very good project," and encouraged me, but it wasn't part of their budget for the year.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, at least he gave that encouragement. That means I'm on the right track. Now, few weeks or so later, there was a lady that went to the same man, and we did not realize that was the norm. It was normal for a guy to be turned down and for a lady to be helped. And the annoying thing is, they tell you you're doing well, you're trying, keep doing it, but you don't have the budget. They tell the lady, it's good to see ladies working, taking the lead, not relying on man. This is what we want. We don't have the budget, but we'll do something small for you.
Yeah.
So the question is, why didn't you do something small for
the guy?
Exactly. And why are you doing something small for her? Are we not supposed to be equal? So yes, money and culture does affect how we spend money, who we give money to, and there are even cultural norms that you believe. That's why even when we get when you're married and your wedding day, a lot of people tend to give the wife than the man.
Yes.
That's why you receive cooking utensils and all. So now everybody go use. Why? Give me other things, Jerry. Give me something else, and it's even worse when you give birth.
Yeah.
They give the child, they give the mother, and they look at you like the houseboy.
Yes.
And what's even annoying is when they meet you in town and they tell you, I had to give birth. I couldn't come to your house. Please give this to your wife. I'm like, what? If it is money, it is gone. Oh, the Lord, forget it. It's not getting. We did this job together.
Exactly.
We actually initiated the process. So why should you be spending on the other two? And that really affects us. But beyond that, we need to look at maybe how it affects our savings, how it affects our performance and investments and all that.
Yeah. So speaking on how. How we can save and do that, right? I think, hold on. So I think, like, people should just, I think it's important, right, for, people to generally educate themselves, both men and women. I think they should just seek out financial literacy resources, listen to EMM a lot, do you understand? To build their confidence and knowledge, Additionally, have open discussions about money within their relationships. This can help them break down stereotypes. It's also crucial, to challenge, our own assumptions and biases. Really questioning why we make certain, financial decisions, and if they are influenced by outdated gender norms. Just like I explained earlier, you get, so Tolu, how exactly does money influence? How exactly do you feel your gender influences your view on money? Is that question straightforward for you?
My gender influence.
Female, yeah. Okay. How exactly? The topic really.
Okay, so yeah, as a woman, I think money is important. Not I think, it is important for us. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to look good, in order to smell good, in order to keep up or fit into the society, the way the society has become now, you need money to do that. Do you understand? And as a woman, yeah, it does changes our perspective.
Okay. That's not clear for me like that, but take what. Yeah. So,
do you need like a scenario or?
Yeah, if
you can give a scenario, why not?
That would be good. Mm-hmm. For example, let me just say this: that if you look at who we are and what psychological factors would you say affect how we approach money and the way we see money, or should I say what physiological factors as well affects all this? The man and the woman, what we want, what you want, the way you handle your money, the way we handle money, what we buy, what we project to do. And you'll be shocked that in a good home, for example, maybe to look and take it off from this, in a good home, for example, where you have a good man and a good woman, who do you think uses money better? And a good man means somebody that doesn't spend all his money on drinks or hanging out with guys.
Of course.
Okay.
A man that is projecting for the future and a woman that is projecting for the future. Who do you think handles money better?
Tolu.
The man. The man, I think. For me, the man will handle the money better because if he's not doing any of all you listed, then he should be able to handle the money better while I help him spend the money.
While you help him spend the money. I'm getting there. I'm getting to
and
that.
save a little though.
Yeah, so for me, I think women tend to be more risk averse, like due to a combination of, societal conditioning. And obviously, women have a stronger emphasis on financial security, right? Do you understand? Men, on the other hand, we might just be willing to take the financial risk. Do you understand? Because of societal pressure as well. Do you understand? And this men tend to be seen as providers and achievers. And additionally, confidence levels in financial literacy can differ really with men often underestimating women rather. In my own opinion, though, I think women often underestimate, their financial knowledge, right? So I was even having a discussion yesterday with a lady, right? And she goes, she now referred to this Davido and Chioma's wedding, right? And the girl goes, man, this baby's lucky. She has married a very rich guy. He was very wealthy. He's very king. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure this Chioma's, this Chioma's family are well to do, right?
Yeah.
They're doing very well for themselves. And she was like, no, but they don't have money. They don't have Davido's money. Do you understand? And I'm like, so is there like a limit or a gauge or rather? Do you understand? So, and she kept on, she was like, that's my dream wedding. Me, I must marry somebody that's very rich like that. Do you understand? And I'm like, so what are you going to be contributing to this, your rich husband? And it's like, nothing, I'm just going to be there spending all his money. I'm not even going to do anything, right? So, having that kind of conversation, right? It's not every lady that thinks like that, but...
Yeah, I was coming to that.
Yeah, it's not every lady that thinks like that, but, you having those kind of conversations make you aware, really, of how some ladies, right, how they are influenced, really, by money, you understand? So some ladies feel, no, it's man that will do everything for me, I can't say, you understand? And... you just wonder why, you understand, why do people think like this? Do you get? So definitely to a certain degree. I'm speaking from a male point of view, so it doesn't necessarily need to apply with, from the female point of view, right? But and I'm not discrediting the hardworking ladies there and ladies that are looking to do, well for themselves. But I think to a certain degree, especially in recent times, right, the gender really does influence money views.
And I haven't said that. If you're looking at where we are right now as a nation, and you look at what we're going through, talking gender, it might look like just a beer parlor talk, but it affects who you become, because I've seen many cases where a man was not well put together until he met a lady.
Exactly.
Who helped him put his life together. The lady wasn't probably as intelligent as he was. He was more exposed. He had the contact. He had the knowledge. He would even advise the lady on how to do a business. But when the lady got into his life, she started managing his finances
for him,
putting stops to certain things. You give too much. You do this too much. Save money here. You don't need to go for this wedding. You don't need to support this person. And guys started realizing that a lot of the money he made, actually, that he couldn't account for, he started having proper account for them. So when you look at money, from your view, and maybe I'll ask you and Tolu this question, from your view, if you want to spend money and have better accounting of your money, through whose lenses should you see it? Should you see it through the man's lenses or the woman's lenses? Because right now, all we need to do is make sure that every penny you spend is accounted for, especially when you take 10,000 to a supermarket and you can't see what you've bought, and you say, okay, I'll stop shopping at a supermarket. You go to the roadside and you're buying half cholera, half good things, and and so through whose lenses should you see?
Through the woman who I think, like I said earlier, the women are more channeled towards financial security, right? So there's always that thought of, saving for the future, planning for the future. They have that natural instincts, right? They have those natural instincts, and it tends to be of value. So, I mean, that's why they always say pick your wives well, right? As a guy, so, I mean, what you just described is a woman of value, who really understands her place, you understand, and how to be, of better value to herself, her husband, and her family. That's my response to that.
Right. And Tolu?
Okay, so I think it shouldn't be ascribed to any gender, regardless of us talking about gender. I think it's supposed to be an individual thing. You have to know what you want financially. Like, you have to be financially intelligent when it comes to that. Okay, I don't want my life to be on a pause, doing 9 to 5, spending here and there. So you have to be determined first, you understand, as an individual, before you say, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's, if you're a man as an individual, do you understand? Or you're a woman, whichever. It's just, you have to start as an individual first before as any other.
Yes.
Okay, and let me flip that coin a bit. When it comes to money making, how, through whose lenses should you view it? Who is more wired to identify sources of making money? Or does gender play any role in that? I think that's where we should start. Does gender play any role in identifying sources of making money, opportunities, or creating opportunities? Are there strengths and weaknesses we can learn from each other, such that when you go to the market space, you can think like a woman here, in this space think like a man, and be able to get? Does that play a role?
Yeah, it does, right? So obviously it varies, right? With the individuals, there are a lot of women that are business driven, likewise men, right? But from my experience, right, I've seen more business owners, male business owners, right? Yeah. So I think for businesses and ways to make money, right? The men tend to seek for more sources of money because I mean, like we said, the norm is the man is the breadwinner of the house. Do you understand? So he will always have to, especially if things are tough and they are not, you're not meeting up. So definitely you'll be driven to, do you understand? Create more businesses, make more business decisions, and try out businesses, right? And that goes without saying. There are not women that are not business driven, really. Yeah.
Okay, Cholu.
Okay, so for me, I think family plays, like upbringing plays like the majority role in this.
Yeah, societal.
Yes, the society. Like so, if for example, you're a man, you grew up in a family whereby your mom does all the hunting for money, the hustling, you can actually wake up and expect a woman to do the same thing for you. Do you understand? To know how to do all the hustling and bustling. Do you get? So I feel the society and family plays a very important role in this.
All right. Ogiva, when you look at this, because whether we like it or not, the reality on the ground is that many people, when it has to do with money, spending, even in terms of pricing products, some men and some people in general, when they want to buy something from you and you're pricing, even the statements they make about woman, you're supposed to understand now. And when you go to the market and you've been given a price and you're negotiating it down, they say, hey, man like you, they price something like woman.
Exactly.
you know, so do you think we should address gender and money ideologies, or do you think it is it's something we should just overlook? And I think we should ask Joanna that question.
Yeah, we will ask her that.
Yeah. Well, I'll give her over to you.
Yeah, I think it's like you said. Yeah, it seems the conversation seems like okay, we're just having battle of the sexes, right? But I think it still does, influence. The gender still influences, how we view money. Right, in our everyday lives. I mean, look at the instances we've given. I've given being in a restaurant. You've given at the market. Tola's given she's given an example of a family, right? And she still even ended up with about spending his money. Do you understand? So I think it will always play a role. So I think the way we can actually address that, right? I mean, obviously that's cancelling out the negatives, is to be more aware, educate ourselves, and encourage ourselves to to be more enterprising, right? And understand our roles wherever we are. If we're single, you are dating somebody, if you are a family man or woman, I think we should be, just more cautious of our places, right? So and that will generally enable us to apply ourselves better, right, within our environment. You get, So that's the way I see it. So
yeah,
we'll give her the question again.
The topic generally,
yeah.
That's Joanne, by the way.
Yeah, Joanna.
Joanna, yeah.
I feel that when it comes to how women spend money, let's start from there. It's a little tied to what society values in a woman, right? And I think the same thing applies to men. In society, you value a man's value. This is not me saying it.
Don't worry, go ahead.
Right? Is in for some people, let me not generalize, right? It's in his ability. Like they rate a man sometimes based off of his ability to provide and all of that. For a woman, it's sometimes intelligence, sometimes all those other things, but most times it's her appearance, right? So you see women, spending a lot on, how they look. That influences it. And I think another thing is that some women, there's that mindset of free money, right? Where, sometimes you just have people just, give you things. just, should I say the pretty privilege, right?
Exactly.
To have people, and then if you depend on that or you're not careful with that, it can push you to, live a lifestyle you can't afford or live beyond your means.
Yeah.
But there are women who take advantage of that, right? Course. And, it influences how they save, how they spend. Perhaps, okay, I'm seeing this free money. There are some that believe that, okay, I'm going to keep seeing this free money.
Exactly.
And they just ruin their lives and live beyond their means. But there are those who, use that as an opportunity to save,
exactly.
to save and put money aside. So, I mean, there are different approaches and there are different things that influence how we spend, save, and...
Well, on the average, I think your description of both sides of the fence, right, is actually, the way it is today to a certain degree, like, since you are trying to keep it.
Yeah, women spend a lot on their appearance because somewhat that's what... people, do you agree?
I know a girl
value.
that met one guy one night, and he just told her he liked her, and he gave her like 15 million.
Okay, I'm not.
But I wish I met such a guy.
Do you understand? He just gave her like 15 million.
But if I pitched an idea to the guy, would he have given me?
He won't.
No.
The guy won't. Do you understand?
My idea is shapeless.
So I have a mutual friend with the guy, right?
Does that say something about how men spend?
Yeah. Well, I'm identifying both sides. Both sides. The woman that's getting the free money, and the guy that feels he has to give her 15 million. You understand? And to show that I have money. Do you get? So you see the both sides to it, right? So to a certain degree, it indulges. They indulge themselves, right? You understand? I mean, I'm not against men giving women money.
Of course,
right?
You can't say you're against it on air. Yeah. I understand, man.
But I think there needs to be some control, some level of control, right? In the sense that, I mean, the average lady will probably not even what's the word? Respect you for that. Let me not speak for them.
Respect you for what?
For that,
that money.
They just see you as, okay, he has money now. Let me just chop the money.
It reflects in the way
you saved yourself.
It reflects in the way your name is saved on their phone. Cash guy.
Cash guy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Gist guy.
I don't know even which
Food
group
guy.
chat you
Anyway, let's bring this home right now. We need to end on. We overshot the runway right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the summary is that we need to this abuse, if you can use that, our mind of this idea of this is a way a man should spend, this is what a woman should get, especially now. Anyway, you don't even need to advise people. When you go buy tomatoes,
you go no.
Nobody will teach you. Nobody. You can imagine that.
They said they switched to cucumber.
Right. Anyway, let's bring this home. Thank you so much, Joanna, Tolu, and Ogiva for coming through this morning. It's 8 o'clock already, and we need to cross over. It's a rainy day.
Yeah,
Many people are stuck at home this morning.
Trust me, man. Trust me. It's crazy, man. Water, flood, everything. So, man, we wish you guys a good day, though.
Yeah, but still water, not get enemy. But right now in Lagos, man, a lot of people like water, especially after the rain. We draw the curtain right now and join Nairametrics team on Tuesdays and Thursdays at
Spotify. Don't forget to join us on Spotify.
And 6 p.m. every evening. And that's part of. If I was spending money now, I shouldn't be doing that
at all.
That shows I don't spend.
Give them 10 million.
That shows I don't spend. I don't get to my sister. You can harass me. That's what you're exposed to. But in this case, all I can do is to go to God, seek His help to help me succeed, and just get some money so I could spend on ladies like Isoke in the studio. My wife, I had to correct Isoke. My sister, I don't want to pass myself, but let's turn to God to help us.